Strategic philanthropy is a relatively new term. It's something that's only been really used over the last 5, 6, 7 years. And it's a really interesting idea, that the idea that you can actually be more strategic both in your giving, but also in terms of how you plan your philanthropy and move forward as organizations. This is really the core of what Global Philanthropic does, is that we look very strategically. So we look from an external point of view, and we analyze the organization. We get to know the organization. Sometimes we may actually hang out in the organization's offices for 1, 2, 3 days to learn, to interview, to find out, because we really need to understand the organization. Then we need to think about how can we develop a strategic plan and objectives that they can measure themselves and actually plan forward and see how they can move forward. So within organizations, strategic philanthropy is very much about planning, goal setting, looking to the future, working out where you're trying to go and actually measuring that in terms of a plan and then moving forward. For the philanthropist, it's very much about their own philanthropic goals and ambitions, and it's about how do they decide which area, it might be education or health, which kind of areas they're going to support, and then how much money they're going to direct to that area. Are they going to work with other philanthropists? And again, we would come in and we would help brainstorm that, we would help focus that, because even though large sums of money can actually, on big issues like health or poverty, can actually, it takes an awful lot of money to do a lot. So large sums of money directed very strategically can be much more effective if you think that through at the beginning. So our philanthropists would work with us and they'd look at those big ideas. We might team up with other philanthropists to make the strategy work, and we'll help measure that in terms of looking at impact and seeing through about their expectations about what kind of measurement and impact they're going to make through their philanthropy, and we can then monitor it and see if they're effective or not. So both organizations and philanthropists, strategic philanthropy is becoming a very, very big issue, and it really does take an external organization like Global Philanthropic to help them work through that and then measure that and then see the results and see how we're doing, and scenario plan, and actually make sure that the philanthropy, both in raising money and giving money, is effective in terms of the impact.